this video, we are going to be making sourdough bread outdoors. Hi, I'm Michael Story from The Gift of Bread. We will go straight from wheat in the field to stone grinding it into flour. We'll then prepare our sourdough culture and bake this bread on an open fire. This bread is the staff of life, easy to make and tastes fantastic. It's active. Let's just try and see if it'll give a float test. That's the standard procedure. And there we go. We have the sourdough starter ready to go, active. I've got some salt and we've got the flour that we just ground. Now we want some water. 20 grams of salt. I'm going to mix that up, get some of that salt dissolved in. Then in comes the starter. Want about 80 grams, 80 to 100 grams. That's all we use for long-term fermentation. Mix that all in together. Mix it up well. This long-term slow fermentation sourdough bread, the method we use does not require any kneading. All you have to do is just mix that water, flour and salt and starter together and then just leave it to ferment. But that is now done. This dough is fully fermented. It's bubbly. I don't know whether you can see it from there, but it's just full up with bubbles, and when we tip it out you'll see that as well. So alright, that looks like a sponge. Doesn't look like regular bread dough. I'm going to just spread it out and I'm going to give it a simple letter fold. We'll soon tell whether it had been sitting there long enough, because this first one, there's no resistance, the dough just spreads out. Now I'm going to spread it out again, only this time you can feel some resistance. It's springy, and this is now normal bread dough. So I'm just going to spread that out, give it another letter fold. I'll divide it into 3, very roughly. Now I'll give it one more shaping. And I'm going to tuck the sides underneath at stretching the surface so that it doesn't stick. They say that bakers have magic hands, but it's just the technique. And now I'm stretching the surface a little bit more with some basic shaping. That one's done. I'm going to put that in a traditional Bannerton basket. Rather than put the flour in the basket, we've found that if you put, minus the grass, if you put the dough in the flour, just make sure the sides are covered, we find it never sticks. In, done. Shower cap is our standard procedure for over the top to stop it drying out. And I'll quickly just shape these two up again. This is a very quick procedure once you're used to it. I'm actually pushing it under the sides. If I go backwards, you sort of see what I'm doing. I'm rolling it, catches on the board and causes that surface to stretch. Turn it around. Okay, flour in the basket. And then just put it in the bowl, which gives me the shape. A saucepan would do, anything would do, just something approximately that shape. And then a liner for the top of that one, a shower cap rather, and a shower cap for that one. And all we've got to do in this sunshine that's coming out now is leave that for a couple of hours, I would say, maybe a little bit less, till it's risen a bit, what I call substantially risen, and that will be fine. As you saw, that was very basic and very simple. One thing we did find on a campfire was that having a digital infrared thermometer was an enormous help. You could tell exactly what the temperature was of the pot or the makeshift oven or the fire brick or the cast iron dish. Whatever we used, if you knew what the temperature was, which is 240 degrees ideally, centigrade, then the rest of it just all fell into place. We made many loaves of bread. We tried out several different systems. All of them produced really great bread. This simple system, using stone ground flour and a natural fermentation process, the microbiota that is inherently in the grain in the first place, is the way that bread has been made all the way from the pyramid builders, the Roman legions, right up until the modern industrial revolution. Then it all changed. Once the industrial revolution began, food started down the trail of becoming the ultra-processed product that we have today. This has ended up with all sorts of digestive problems and allergies, obesity, many health problems. We need to get back to bread being a real food. Natural fermentation, stone ground flour, these are the things that we teach at the Gift of Bread Sourdough School. We run free classes in the UK, but if you're a long way away, we do have a really detailed video tutorial, and you can check on the links below or go back to our website to find out more on that. For now, this is Michael's story. Happy baking.